Hello everyone, welcome again to my channel, The Creative Agile IT. So in today's video, I'm going to cover product owner interview, the 5 key questions that can be asked or that can be prepared. And this is my second video on the series, IT interviews, the High 5 series. So we will try to understand the 5 important questions, 5 critical questions that we can ask during the product owner interview, or that can we can also prepare, if we are seeking a role as a product owner. So let us begin. First question could be, as a product owner, what is it that you own? How do you define product vision, product goal, and the roadmap, right? And the key here is the understanding of the role, ownership. So, we expect, as the name suggests, product owner. So we can ask, hey, if you were playing the role of a product owner, so what is it that you were owning, right? And how do you define the vision, the goal, and the roadmap? Because, we understand that, product owner will be the someone who will be coming up with the product vision, the product goal, as well as the roadmap. Okay, these set of requirements, so these set of features needs to be released at this particular point of time. So kind of like we want to understand based on his or her experience, the kind of responsibilities he has been playing, right? So this is a very important question. Now moving to the second. So the second question is, what best practices you follow on product backlog management? Right. If, as you can see from the right side diagram, let's say there is a product owner who is, owning the backlog or set of user story for his team, and they are prioritized, right? We see like, the stories on the top, they are of high priority. In the middle, they are of kind of like mid priority, and the story on the low, they are having on the low priority. So the key here is the practices that has been followed on the backlog management, understanding of the DEEP acronym. So DEEP is, the backlog should be detailed, estimated, emergent, and prioritized, and how well as a product owner is aware on the DOR, which is definition of ready. That means, the requirements, if I am the product owner, if I'm putting up requirements in my backlog for the team, how well they are crafted, what kind of detailed acceptance criteria or the description I have mentioned, and also how well I am collaborating with the team. So the expectation here is not that, product owner is the only person responsible for writing the user stories or writing the requirements. It's kind of a collaboration approach. But yes, when it comes to the ownership, product owner is the one who is owning the backlog and also coming up with, okay, these are the high priority or high valuable items. So this is again an important question. Now moving to the third question. So the third question is, can you give an example of epic feature and a user story? So as you can see from the right side diagram, we have epic, which consists of set of features, and we have one feature, feature one, which is consists of set of user story. So when a product owner is working or owning the backlog for his team, there might be some scenario where a product owner is also working or collaborating with the other product owners, or let's say, there are multiple teams working on the same product line. So what has been the approach of product owner in terms of, coming up with the epic features and a user story, taking care of the dependencies? So the key here in terms of, both interviewee as well as the interviewer is on agile way of working and different work items, the different artifacts that we use to kind of like structure our requirements and work up during the scaled teams or multiple agile teams. Now the question number 4, again, important question, like what basic set of metrics do you use on product backlog practices, product releases, right? So again, we expect that, product owner might be using some tool in order to, prepare or, write the requirements, coming up with a structure, and then, how he is tracking, okay, the progress on the product backlog items. Let's say, this set of items has been targeted for a number of sprints, then, what has been released, what has not been released, what kind of metrics is relying on, and this will give us an idea whether the product owner has really used any tool, or, what kind of metrics, let's say, he suggests, right? And how he's tracking the releases for a particular product. So the key here is agile metrics for a product owner, and that will give us a good idea about the work and the kind of responsibilities product owner has taken up in the past assignment. Now coming to the fifth and the last question, how do you collaborate with your team? Which Scrum ceremony is most important for you, right? So product owner is not someone who is kind of like treated as a stakeholder. Product owner is part of the Scrum team, and then how the product owner is like collaborating with the team. So let's say if the product owner has been asked, okay, which Scrum ceremony is most important for him or her, then there could be a follow-up question or a subset of questions emerging out of that answer, right? In what way product owner sees his role or her role role, right? And the key here again is the understanding on the agile way of working, the product owner role, and the Scrum as a framework. And some of these questions, again, I have prepared this video specific to the product owner, but I think, if we try to understand a particular scenario where, the Scrum Master is a coach of the new team and there is someone who's playing the role of a PO first time, then these 5 questions could be also a guidance for the Scrum Master as well in terms of, preparing a new person in the PO role. So I think my last video, Scrum Master 5 key questions, that is definitely a good one for prepare. But I mean, this can also be uh, taken up by the new Scrum Masters, how they will kind of like work with the product owner or how they will mentor a product owner in his or her role. So these were my set of 5 questions on the product owner's interview. And I hope you guys like this particular video. And if you are new to my channel, please share and subscribe. And thank you so much. Thanks for your time.